That's why you don't do that. But I texted him yesterday and I said, hey, look, me and Boogie are going to go over everything, and we're going to officially announce that you're no longer part of the LCU. Would you like to put out a statement? Would you like to say something so we can like tell the audience? I want to make sure it's not just so you're gone forever. You can say something on your way out the door. And Wings decided that he would like to do it on his personal Twitter, and he did that yesterday. And by almost all accounts, it was a good thing. It was a good statement that he put out. So I am going to read that for you guys now. Wings said,
go
ahead.
Let me do it for you, okay?
Sure.
He said, last weekend's events are inexcusable. I lost my temper on a longtime friend, and instead of using logic and just apologizing, I escalated to physical altercation. I was unable to settle myself down, and unfortunately, I ended up putting someone I love in a terrible place. I never intended to hurt anyone. I came to realize that I do need to take steps to manage my emotions. I've started on that journey by enrolling in an anger management class and trying to hold myself accountable to how I treat people individually. I took the time to reach out and apologize to every individual, but I also need to apologize to the fans. I know a lot of people are not comfortable with violence of any kind or have past history with it, and it was not my intention to allow things to get to this point. I'd also like to add, I was grabbed from behind and I didn't know who I was pushing until it was too late. I shouldn't have pushed anyone or put anyone into a position to hold me back, and these are things I highlight that I need to work on. I've also had a good friend point out flaws in my personality over the years and allowed me to reflect more on myself. I didn't take a second boxing match because I hated hitting people, and I never want to hit anyone if it can be avoided. I was very unprofessional, and I take full accountability for it. I'm very thankful for my time on lolcowlive, and it helped pull me from a very dark place in my life. I wish we could leave on more amicable terms, but I will say that I met a lot of friends along the way and had a better outlook on life. I have a better outlook on life as a whole. I hope everyone can eventually forgive me and continue to explore having a friendship with me.
I thought that was a great statement.
Me too.
I thought that was a very good statement. And yeah. So this has kind of been
Hugh Jazz super chatted $20. Keem, in his screenshot, did you notice the tab open with Becky DMs in his browser rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing?
Yeah, I asked Becky and Wings what they were talking about, just based out of curiosity, because Becky's DMs are opened in the screenshot that Wings posted. And apparently Becky reached out to Wings asking him if he's okay, which is...
So we are back again with a little bit more update with the whole Wings Redemption and lolcowlive. So if you didn't watch the stream, which was Sunday, obviously it's gonna be uploaded at some point Monday morning as always, right? Anything related with the big lolcowlive stuff, I usually upload it particularly first thing in the morning so that I can get it out of the way, so then I can release my other content down the line. Obviously we all know that by now. I guess from here onward, I guess they're more or less hinting to the fact that Wings is more or less gone. And I think at this point I'm beating a dead horse. I'm repeating myself. Because at this point, I don't think anyone really believes them that Wings is technically fired, or because, you know, because Keem got his feeling hurt, and I guess Wings got his feeling hurt. Because I think in a way, I think if Kelly didn't get involved, Wings would have probably had a much more open gate. But from what we can tell from the Mafia Milker video, right? I did a video on that, so it's just very confusing. And it's a whole heap of what the hell is happening or what's even true anymore. For the most part, you just take it with a grain of salt and don't believe what they're saying, right? Because they say Wings isn't coming back, but like the fact that they let Boogie come back who fake cancer, Mike who's a literal PDF file, right? Becky who's literally notorious for lying and manipulating people. Hell, they gave Glammy multiple chances for her own soul. So just because Keem says something doesn't really mean it generally true. I mean, hell, early on the stream, Keem more or less lied about lying to the cops. So if he's willing to lie to the cops, then he's willing to lie to the audience, right? But that's kind of Keemstar at this point. I don't think he gives a shit that he's a friend with a white beater, right? Because he probably seen it a number of times. I just think that it's just I guess in my eyes, it's just tell us the truth. Is he or is he not coming back? Because Keem can say one thing today, say another thing tomorrow, right? Wing can say one thing and say another thing, and then obviously these guys are heavily egotistic. These guys are very much driven by their egos and always competing with their egos and their clash. Look at their lolcows. And truthfully, I don't know what's gonna happen. For now, let's just assume that Wings, Wings of Redemption, Jordy is officially fired, but he can be back. I don't know. I think their response and them going over through this stuff was just like, come on, just tell us. Because just tell us the truth that he is coming back. Because I think that's what people want to hear. And they did make a case that like half the audience wants him back, the other half doesn't want him back. But then again, it's a Keemstar who number of times has said, I never listened to the audience, and then they got canceled. But then this is also the same guy who said he doesn't care about cancel culture. It's sort of hypocrisy within the lolcowlive, and we've seen it a number of times. Really, this video, in a way, is just me kind of venting the fact that I just kind of, like, it's very much hypocritical on Keem. And I think that's, like, we're seeing the hypocrisy of himself finally catch up. But I really doubt that. Ultimately, I think Wings will eventually come back. Even if they could find a third host, it would not fill in that gap. It just really wouldn't. The third host, or more or less, would just be a placeholder for Wings. Not really anybody that anyone really cares or like. And yeah, they did make the case that like the show had to expand it beyond, really the necessity of Wings. But at the same time, even so, I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I just think that like maybe because I have a detractor mindset with lolcowlive, I would like Wing back only just so we can detract them and just milk content. And I'm just being honest. It's one of those things where it is very much an ecosystem that we all have to kind of just accept, right? Maybe I'm wrong for thinking like that, or maybe I'm being too honest. I'm not sure. But with that being said, have a good one, be safe, and God bless.